Hello, so today's video we're looking at how to sponsor yourself under the skilled migrant route. As everybody will know, the skilled migrant route is specific for people who do not have settlement in the UK to come to the UK and work for a business that holds a sponsor license. So for you to sponsor yourself or be self-sponsoring, you need to have a business. You can register the business on Companies House under a limited liability company. And then once that is done, you can apply for a sponsor license. Now that is the most critical part of this. As part of the application for sponsor license, there are certain things under Appendix A that you will need to show. For example, you need to have evidence of employer's liability, up to £5 million. 2, you need to have proof of registration with HM Revenue and Customs. 3, you need to have your latest company tax if it's a company. If it's not and it's self-employed, you need to have an SA 300 or SA 302. 5, if it's a business that will charge VAT, you need to have an HM Revenue VAT registration certificate. In addition, you need to provide proof of ownership or a lease of the business premises. Again, you need to have your most recent annual accounts if it's a business that has traded for at least a year or more. But if it's a new business, then you can have your accountant write a letter for you. The final thing I want to emphasize is the key roles. For somebody or for a business to qualify for a sponsor license, they need to provide a list of people who are occupying the key roles. For example, the authorizing officer, the key contact, and the level 1 user. Amongst the 3, they are all important roles, but the most important is the level 1 user. You cannot be the level 1 user, because the law requires that the level 1 user must be somebody who is settled in the UK. And if you hold a limited leave to remain, either as a sponsored person or as a student who is just about to complete their education, then you will need to employ someone, or the business, your business, the limited liability business will need to employ someone as a level 1 user. The level 1 user is the user that will control and manage the SMS, which is a sponsor management system, or the sponsorship management system, which is a portal, the Home Office portal, where all the communication with the Home Office and the issuing of the COS and the DCOS are done. This person cannot be a relative, because he or she cannot employ or issue a COS to a relative. This person must be an independent person who has been employed by the business or is a director or a partner in the business. It is also crucial that the roles that the authorizing officer will play, it's an important role that must be occupied by somebody who understands how to manage the business. For example, you need to have an HR system in place. The HR system is a system that records all the personnel in the business, your calendar. You need to also make sure that the position or the vacancy that you will be advertising, for which you'll be issuing the COS, is a genuine vacancy. And the genuine vacancy is defined by the immigration rules and the guidance as a vacancy that exists not specifically because it's been created for someone, but it's a vacancy that requires somebody to occupy for a remuneration and compensation, and that there is a contract of employment between the person who will be occupying and the business. So in your role, if you want to be issued with a COS, then when you're making the application, your name will have to be indicated on the application form. In addition to all the other Appendix A grounds or documents that I've highlighted, you also need to do a business plan and a business case. The business plan is a very critical aspect of every new business. It comes with a plan which will be immediate and long term. But the critical part of that is a cash flow forecast. So the cash flow forecast will stem from the genuine vacancy, because using the vacancy, an accountant or a business development specialist or strategist should be able to forecast the income that you will be making for that role. Because if you're going to pay $38,700, then you must show that you will be able to earn that income, to pay that money with all the overheads that comes with it. So yes, it is possible to self-sponsor yourself, but you need a lot of support from lawyers, an accountant, and possibly a business development strategist or a business development expert. We hope this is helpful. However, if you want to ask more questions, please do not hesitate to call BWF Solicitors on the numbers above. In addition, if there are any aspects of what I've said which you require further clarification, again, you may call on the numbers which are above. We hope this is helpful. Please follow us on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. That way, you will get all the updates that we create.